Welcome back to Gemma Movie Recap. Today we are going to recap an action-adventure movie entitled Gladiator from year 2000. Let's chill out and enjoy. At its peak, the Roman Empire stretches from the African desert to the northern borders of England. The Caesars ruled over more than a quarter of the world's population. The 12-year German struggle against barbarian tribes is drawing to a close in the winter under Emperor Marcus Aurelius. The promise of peace throughout the Roman Empire and Roman victory are impeded by only one last stronghold: Germany. The Roman army is getting ready for battle when their commander Maximus shows up to take command. It seems the soldiers adore and respect him. When Maximus asks the soldier how long they have been waiting, he replies that it has been 2 hours. He informs them that the fight is about to start, so prepare their catapults. Maximus discovers a dead messenger of his army, and while the German tribes show his head, they cut through the man's body. The battle has undoubtedly begun. Maximus instructs his soldiers to wait for his signal before unleashing hell. The soldier advised the archers, catapults, and infantry to be prepared for the signal. Maximus prepares his army of knights while instructing them to be brave, hold the line, and remain with him. It appears that the army is willing to give their lives for Maximus. The Roman army attacked them with archers and catapults, and brutally destroyed the German tribes with fire, while Maximus led his army of knights and called them to stay with him. They slaughtered the last of the German soldiers with courage, and Maximus fights with skill and energy. Maximus kills each of them and proclaims Roman victory. Emperor Marcus seems disgruntled that he is aging while bringing this to an end, but he is relieved that the conflict is finished. The emperor's son, Commodus, informs his sister Pusilla that he believes his father is getting older and that he would soon declare himself the future king. His first act as king will be to uphold honor with games deserving of his majesty. He reached the camp when a soldier tells him the emperor is at the front and they have been gone for 19 days and they will come soon as the wounded are still coming in. Marcus is approached by the emperor, who informed him that he had once again demonstrated his valor. He begs him to let him have hope one more time. Maximus informs him that there is no one left to fight. The emperor assures him that there is always someone willing to fight. He also questions how he can reward him, as Maximus is Rome's greatest general. Emperor appears to want him to stay, whereas Maximus wishes to return home. Soon after, Commodus arrives and congratulates his father on the victory. He also apologizes for missing the battle. Commodus decides to sacrifice 100 bulls, but his father advises him to save the bull and honor Maximus, who has won the battle. He honors Maximus and tells his father to walk with him, but his father refuses because he wants to go. It appears that Marcus is dissatisfied with his son. Emperor Marcus visited the camp at night and told her daughter Lucilla that her brother would soon require her assistance. Emperor Marcus asks Maximus why he doesn't want to go back home when he extends an invitation to his camp the following day. For the honor of the empire, Maximus tells him. Marcus appears to be unhappy with the conflict when he informs him, pointing to the globe, that he spent 25 years developing the world, and that he has shed too much blood while extending the empire. He gently tells Maximus that they are now conversing on an equal footing. Maximus becomes enraged and tells him that 5,000 of his men are out there in the freezing mud, 3,000 of them are bloodied and cleaved, and 2,000 will never leave this place. He tells him that he does not believe they fought and died for nothing. Marcus tells him that he has one more duty before he can return home. He wants him to be the protector of Rome after he dies, and that he will empower him for one purpose only: to restore power to the people of Rome and to end the corruption that has crippled it. Maximus resists, recalling the emperor's son Commodus. Marcus explains that it must be him because Commodus is incapable of ruling and is morally corrupt. He also expresses his desire to have Maximus as a son. Maximus returns to his camp and informs his servant that they may not be able to return home because it appears that he has agreed to be the next emperor. But when Commodus learns from his father that Maximus will be the next emperor, he becomes enraged and sadly kills his father Marcus by clutching him so tightly that he can't breathe and dies. Commodus soon informs Maximus that his father died of asthma, but he becomes suspicious when he sees him proving nothing. Commodus tells him to be loyal because he only asks once, but Maximus escaped because he knows who killed Emperor Marcus. When Maximus gets to his camp, he gives his servant instructions to pack and go home. However, he is soon imprisoned because Commodus gives the soldier the command to comply, and Commodus is now recognized as their new emperor in place of Marcus. Maximus offers to give up if his family is spared, but the soldier tells him that Commodus has already given the order to have his family executed. Maximus says he died a clean death as a soldier, but they take him to an isolated place to kill him. When he is about to be killed, he uses his extreme combat expertise to kill all of them. Maximus rides on his horse, looking injured, and it takes him several days to reach his home, where he finds his family dead, hanging from the strings. He becomes upset and starts crying, but he soon buries their bodies and falls unconscious due to his injuries. A band of slavers tracks him down and transports him to the Roman province of Mauritania, where he is sold to gladiator trainer Proximo. Proximo tells his slaves that he paid it to profit from their death, and that if they die, the crowd should cheer them on, because he wants his slave to be brave and fight until death without fear. Proximo engages with Maximus and assures him that his time will come soon as he teaches them to battle, while Maximus refuses to participate and gets pummeled by the fighter. During the celebration, Proximo wagers on his slaves. Maximus accepts to fight and uses the powder to dry his hands as they are called up to the arena. A group of men wearing animal masks ambush them in the arena shortly after the gate opens. Using his combat prowess, Maximus defeats two of his buddies, Hadrian and Juba, in the first bout. Because of his exceptional fighting abilities, Maximus emerges victorious in multiple fights during the festival, winning over both Proximo and the populace. When Commodus enters the palace during his reign as king of Rome, it seems as though the populace is unhappy with his leadership. The senators talk about how he appears to have conquered Rome when he approaches, but they never quite understand what he has triumphed over. One of them, Falco, tells Gracchus that he is young and that he should give him time because he appears to be siding with Commodus. Gracchus tells Commodus that the people need his attention because they are sick from the dirty water, when he is soon hailed by the senators. Commodus doesn't care and ignores him, but Lucilla brings the people the list of Gracchus' grievances. Gracchus is appreciative of it. As Lucilla gained control of him at the palace, Commodus grew enraged with her, but he was able to cool them down by reminding him that people only see excellence. In an effort to show the people what Rome looks like, Commodus arranges 150 days of sports in the hopes that they will love him for it and realize how amazing he is. While on his way to a local festival, Proximo tells Maximus that all he needs to do is kill, and that the crown doesn't want a butcher, but a hero. Proximo informs him that they are looking for entertainment. After killing the opponents in the fight, Maximus becomes enraged and throws his sword into the crowd, asking if they are entertained, and the crowd cheered him up once more. At Proximo's house, he tells Maximus about Rome, and that the young emperor has arranged a series of spectacles to commemorate his father Marcus Aurelius. He tells him that he is good, but that he can be magnificent. He tells Maximus that 50,000 people will be watching him fight, and that he will be able to live up to his dream by winning the crowd and his freedom. Maximus agrees, as he also wants to go to Rome. Proximo takes his gladiators to Rome to fight in the Colosseum. Under a mask for a helmet, Maximus makes his Colosseum debut as a likely reason during a reenactment of the fight of Zama. Unexpectedly, he leads his team to win, and Commodus comes to congratulate him inside the Colosseum. In his capacity as an emperor, he commands the mask-wearing Maximus to disclose his true identity. Maximus takes off his helmet and vows retaliation. Commodus is compelled by the throng to spare the gladiators, and his guards are kept from harming them. The famed, unbeaten gladiator Tigress of Gaul will be Maximus' next opponent. In the duel, Commodus has set up multiple tigers to attack Maximus, but Maximus prevails. Commodus orders Maximus to kill Tigress, but Maximus saves his opponent, prompting the crowd to chant Maximus the Merciful. Commodus, enraged by this outcome, taunts Maximus about his family's deaths, but it looks like no one trusts him. Maximus learns from Cicero, his former servant, that his former legions are still loyal to him. He meets in secret with Lucilla, Commodus' sister, and Maximus's former lover, and Gracchus, an influential senator. They agree to have Maximus flee to join his legions, depose Commodus by force, and return power to the Roman Senate. When Lucilla's son Lucius casually mentions the plan of Maximus, Commodus becomes aware of it. Commodus then threatens Lucilla and Lucius, arrests Gracchus, and attacks the gladiators' camp. Agent and Proximo decide to take on the guards who have arrived to take Maximus into custody. With no weapons, they battle the guards and Maximus escapes. After obtaining his armor and sword in his barracks, he quickly leaves. When he arrives to his servant Cicero, he quickly learns that the man is hanging and has a rope around his neck. They wait for Maximus, and the guards move in to seize him. He attacked her sister sexually at night, in order to carry out his revenge and provide his blood for the upcoming emperor. The following morning, Commodus threatens to kill his son if his sister Lucilla tries suicide or informs anybody about the incident. He then goes up to Maximus and tells him the tale of how people were referring to him as the general who turned into a slave, the slave who turned into a gladiator, and the gladiator who became deified in the emperor. Commodus then threatens to kill Maximus in order to put an end to this tale. After stabbing Maximus in the lung, he gives the command to his soldier to hide the wound and cover him with his armor so that no one can see it. The battle starts. Commodus has the upper hand, but Maximus's fighting prowess disarms him. Commodus then cowardly demands his sword, but the guards won't help. Maximus disarmed himself by throwing away his sword, but Commodus soon took out a hidden knife and attempted to kill Maximus, but he overpowered him and drove the same knife into Commodus' throat, killing him. Maximus appears to be nearing the end of his life as he quickly succumbs to his wound. In addition to requesting political change and demanding the release of his gladiator pals, he assures Lucilla that his son will be safe from harm going forward. Commodus was left on the ground as the soldiers carried his body on their shoulders, signifying his honorable death. He descends to heaven at the end and is reunited with his kid and wife. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to see more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel grow. Thank you.